how do I know, or how do I get to know my purpose? And how quickly sometimes does it come to me? So it's like a double question. How do I know my purpose? It's taking long to understand what is my purpose. And the second question it becomes, how do I, if I need,
Yeah,
I
the
need it
timing.
like tomorrow, I need it like now. It's taking too long. What do I
Yeah, I
do?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you discover through the 5 Fs I told you.
Mm.
That's how you know if something is frustrating you a lot, that's your purpose. It could be your purpose. Look at your family, there's a general direction. Then those 5 Fs. But what is the turnaround time? How fast
Mm.
can it happen, guys? I'm sorry to, to tell you this, but it's not magic. I have seen people like Jemima Thiongo recording her first song when she was 45.
Wow.
Yeah, myself, I became a banker. First, I worked in a law firm, then I became a banker. Then, oh my God, it's just too many roads traveled before you first,
Mm.
then you realize the road. And if you're here and you're in your 20s making so many mistakes, doing everything, allow yourself to do. It's okay. Don't beat yourself. It's okay to travel one road and then another and then another. Yeah, it's okay to travel one road and another until you finally get your thing. So be patient with yourself. I think, Tim, that's what I can say. Be
Yeah.
patient with yourself. There are stories like KFC, Kentucky chicken, Kentucky fried chicken. The
Mm.
guy started it in what? I can't remember, but it must have been in his
Seven,
70s, 80s.
71. Yeah.
71 years.
Mm.
KFC. That's when he was discovering. But I promise you, when you discover it, it will pay off all the years wasted. Yeah. So be patient
Yeah.
with yourself. And I pray that you discover it early. There are children who've discovered it early, like Messi,
Mm.
Ronaldo. They discovered it when they were kids. Um, then what? Then there are people like who this young man who's a secular artist in the States. I forget his name, but
Mm.
those are people who started singing when they were teenagers, and you will find that their families had a big role to play, big role to play, right? Yeah.
You
Can I
you talk
take
about,
this? Yeah.
sorry, go on. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sure, sure. You go on.
You talk about footballers, and so sometime we are almost forced into our purposes by our parents or by other people who would say, and I know God told me. And this is very interesting, Rev, when people say God told me. Yeah, as I think that's another whole sermon. But and they told me you're going to become a lawyer, you're going to become that. And so the youth and others, they get, now it becomes an identity crisis. So my identity is about what my family, my community thinks of me, and because I'm not able to do so, then I've got a problem. What do I do? So I'm in this state of confusion, and I'm standing in between. Is it? But if God told my dad, then, or God told my pastor, or this or that, or the community, then that should be it. But I'm letting them down. I'm not being what I should be. I've got a son who's quite good at football, and so one time he came and told me, Zik, who was it? One of these players that is earning something like $700,000 a week or some ridiculous amount like that, and now I think they're running up to about 1 million. And I said, "What did you just say?" And he said, "Yeah, he's earning that amount." I told him, "If I see you reading a book or doing your homework again, you will be in so much trouble. Can you go out and play football?" Yeah. and and
That's funny.
that joke took about 2 weeks to to get back. So I think we can also, in the surface of our hearts, want to believe our purpose or the purpose of others is what we want. Our needs come before. And how do we decipher? So it's about the discernment again. And I think what always say again to answer that is just seek the kingdom of God first and his righteousness. I just love that scriptures. It's always about what is it, and he will reveal it to you in his time.